You guys had an interesting situation because you guys came up with Puffy.
Right.
And then now you guys are rolling with Death Row. And the East Coast, West Coast beef breaks out.
Right.
And you guys are cool with both sides.
Right.
So what happened with you guys in the middle of all this?
Well, I mean, Puff got upset. I mean, when the whole thing that people don't really know, it's really stupid why this whole thing happened, which I'm not going to get into, but it's really stupid. The whole thing was really stupid. Could have been avoided. And at the time it was brewing, I was like, man, come on, this is really retarded. And it started pulling people in. At first, it was two individuals, and it was over something really stupid.
Suge and Puffy.
Well, it was two people, but it could have been avoided. It started off as a joke, and then it got escalated. And I remember, and I was cool with Suge and Puff.
Right.
That's why I didn't want it to see it like that, because it didn't have to be like that. And when one Puff called me, he's like, man, what side you are? I said, man, I'm from the South, Puff. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm saying I'm from the South. I'm from the South. So it's like, and I think he thought that I betrayed him, but I didn't. For me, I didn't have anything to do with none of it. I wasn't riding with Suge. I wasn't riding with that. It was just both of y'all my friends, and it's like I don't have any problems with anybody, and that's the position that Jodeci took as a group, because it was cool with Suge and was cool with with Puff and Big and everybody. So
right. Well, I mean, I guess Jodeci sort of showing up. Wait. Well, no, I guess that wasn't a Biggie diss. I guess
it's on the Source Award.
Well, yeah, you guys were at the Source Awards.
Yeah, we presented Biggie with the award, though.
You guys presented Biggie with the award. Were you on stage with Suge when he said...
No, we wasn't on stage with Suge. We wasn't on stage. And I was like, when he said that, I was like, oh, man.
Right. Oh, but so you sat there and he said, if y'all get tired, motherfuckers,
off in your videos, come to Death Row.
Come to Death Row.
Yeah.
Man, and then everyone booed.
Yeah, it was like, oh, man.
And then Snoop came and said, y'all don't got love for Snoop Dogg. And then the booing kept going.
And that was it. I mean, we left and it was just chaos, and I was like, man, this is about to get ugly. Because it could have been avoided. It could have really been avoided, and it was like one of those situations like, why? But then you think like later in the years, it was like maybe it was inevitable for this to happen. You think like, why did things like this happen? So,
Were you cool with Biggie?
Oh yeah, I knew Biggie before he put his first song out.
Right, because Biggie was he was doing songs with Heavy D.
Yeah, and Biggie had a song out that called "Party and Bullshit."
Right.
And people don't know about it. They don't remember that song. But,
no, I remember it.
And he
bullshit and party.
Yeah, and after that, I guess it didn't take off like he thought. And he was gonna be signed to Uptown, and he didn't. Something happened, and Puff lost his deal with Uptown, and
Puff was starting to get into it with Andre Harrell.
Yeah, well, and then he lost his deal. He got fired from Uptown. And I guess he took Biggie, and Biggie was in a holding pattern. Yeah. It was a while before Puff got the deal with Clive Davis and Arista.
Yeah.
And he was in the holding pattern. I think he got a little disgruntled, but the rest is history. He came out and he did what he's gonna do.
I mean, when you look at the whole East Coast West Coast beef and the tragedy behind it, and how you guys were in the mix, not taking sides, but in the mix, being pulled from all directions, how do you feel about it?
Like I said, I think it was for nothing. We lost two great, talented people, two of the most talented people, rappers we probably ever see in our lifetime, for nothing. And I think it was senseless. And, it could have been avoided. But, and like I said, I was cool with Pac, I was cool with Biggie. And I think that, at the end of the day, I think that they thought we chose a side but it was never that.
Yeah.
It was never that.
And then when Puffy was really working with you guys initially to sort of mold the Overlook and everything, I guess he was called Puffy because he would start to puff and lose his shit.
I never knew why they called him Puffy.
That's the name. That's what I
really?
heard. They call him Puffy because he would get all puffy, like he would huff and puff when he wouldn't get his way, and they started nicknaming him Puffy.
I never knew that.
You never knew that?
I learn something new every time.
You never seen Puffy bug out?
I seen him bug out, but I seen him. I call it more passion than bugging out.
Yeah.
Because he just liked what he liked, And a lot of times he was right. We were arguing him just to make him mad. Sometimes he was like, "Oh, come on, huh? Come on, man!" But he would never just go and lose it.